Are we still feeling the W, ladies and gentlemen? A great win. A hard-fought, hard-nosed. There were times where I felt like the Patriots were not going to win this football game. But they came out 25-19 win over the Saints. You're now 4-2 on the season. You should be 5-1, but we don't go into talk about the Steelers game because we got the game that was in front of us that was on yesterday. Because it's Victory Monday, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to overreact to everything. And I think after this one, it's a big overreaction in my head. Patriots might be actual contenders in the AFC. And right now, they're the 7th seed. But it's a possibility for you to move up. As of this recording, they're the 7th seed. Anything could change after Sunday Night Football as we're recording this one. We'll find out after. But I'll ask you guys, what is the chance that the Patriots make the playoffs? I think it's really, really good. Unless you completely collapse in your next 8-9 games, you could be going to the postseason. So let me know down in the comments section, what are the chances? 1% or 100%? First, overreaction. It's Overreaction Monday, but it's also Victory Monday, and I'm going to say this for a reason. Patriots are a top 10 team in the NFL. A top 10 team in the NFL. I will say the NFL is kind of mediocre. There's a lot of bad teams, and there's not many good teams, and it feels like every single week that someone's getting upset because nobody has cemented themselves in the NFL. But the Patriots, after winning this ball game, I mean, what they did against the Saints offensively, they controlled the game. Their offense played great, 333 yards. Drake Maye is unbelievable. He's cementing himself as a top quarterback in this league, 260 yards. The big one, though, no turnovers. And if you watch the video I put out last night, that the rushing offense needs to get better. And it starts with your offensive line, and it's not good. But the time of possession, 31 minutes. You controlled most of the game. You have to limit the penalties, though. You have to limit the penalties. The Patriots, you have a perfect opportunity in the AFC. If you look at the Saints, the defense, I mean, your defense still played good. The rush defense is awesome. Going in the interior, when you put Christian Barmore, when you put Milton Williams and Kyrus Tonga together, you can't run up the middle. You cannot run up the middle. And then a great play by Christian Ellis, punching that ball out of Juwan Johnson. Yeah, Juwan Johnson, the tight end of the Saints. That's what good teams do. When their backs are against the wall and you have to make a play, who made the play? The Patriots did, forcing a turnover. That's what good teams do. You don't see bad teams do that. And I said the perfect opportunity in the AFC. This is the playoffs picture right now before Sunday Night Football and before Monday night. Please, please, football gods. Please, Michael Penix Jr., beat the Buffalo Bills. Please. But you can see right here, the Colts are 5-1 in the 1 seed. The 1 seed. The Steelers are 4-1, and I think if the Patriots don't commit 5 turnovers, they win the ball game. But Steelers do have the AFC North kind of locked up because you can see the Ravens are 1-5 now. The Buffalo Bills are 4-1. If they lose tonight, the Patriots go into be that 3 seed. Then the Chargers, they barely beat the Dolphins. The Jaguars did not play a good game against the Seattle Seahawks. Then the Denver Broncos at 4-2. You have a perfect opportunity, ladies and gentlemen. That AFC picture's wide open. You name the best team in the conference. The Colts? I don't think so. It's just crazy to think to me. The Patriots have a great opportunity with the schedule that had been presented and the team that they have built around them, surrounded by Drake Maye, who's playing awesome. And that's the next overreaction. You have to put him at least in the MVP conversation. I'm not saying that he is the MVP, but you have to at least talk about it. Because there is not one player in the NFL, except for maybe Baker Mayfield, who is playing better than Drake Maye right now. There is not one quarterback. If you want to talk about how the MVP is a quarterback league. I mean, yesterday against the New Orleans Saints, 18 for 26, 261 yards, 3 touchdowns, 140 QB ranking. And this isn't just your typical, oh, well, this is cool. Well, Drake Maye's had a good game. That's kind of what you said after week 2 against the Dolphins. He had a good week. He had a good game, week 2 against the Dolphins. All right, well, he looks good. It is the Dolphins. All right, what are we going to see next? Well, then he did it against the Steelers. Then he did it against the Panthers. Then he did it against the Bills. And now he's doing it against the New Orleans Saints. This isn't just a one-off situation. Every single week in and week out, Drake Maye has become a good quarterback. And this comes from PFF. His passer rating in the last 5 games, all over 100. There isn't another quarterback who's playing as good as him. I know it's going to be kind of crazy to talk about. Like, is Drake Maye an actual MVP candidate when you're thinking about it, a second-year guy? But it's 100% possible. Because right now, I think Patrick Mahomes was listed as like the second best odds, which is stupid. So stupid. And then if you want to talk about Patrick Mahomes, this comes from Carlos Lopez, who he got this from the NFL actual Twitter. And Drake Maye joins Patrick Mahomes and Dan Marino as the only quarterbacks under the age of 23 to throw for 200 or more passing yards and have 100 or higher passer rating in 5 straight games. And now you're playing the Titans next week, and the Titans' defense is terrible. Awful. They're a bad team. It's not crazy to say at this point, now that we're 6 weeks into the regular season, over a quarter way through, that there's a real possibility if Drake Maye keeps this up for another 16 weeks until the end of the season, he's in the running for MVP, as long as the Patriots keep winning and he still plays good. So if you want Drake Maye, if you think Drake Maye can win MVP, it's crazy to sound. It's an overreaction Monday, but week in, week out, it just keeps getting more realistic and more realistic. So if you think so, hit that thumbs up icon right now. Like the video. We're going to get to the rest of the overreactions in just a second. But first, I got to tell you about this deal. Time's running out. As of this recording, it's still happening. It might not happen by the time you're watching it. So get your hoodie today, chatsports.com/Patriots hoodie. 60% off, ladies and gentlemen. 60% off. And I don't know, it's going to get cold. If you're in New England, it's going to get colder and colder and colder. You're going to want to bundle up so you can get a Patriots hoodie today. We'll have that in the comments and description of today's video. Third overreaction. This is not an overreaction. It needs to happen right now, the next day, and the next day, tomorrow. And if you go back, I'm going to take a victory lap here and post it at somewhere on my Twitter or something. I said that you need to extend Marcus Jones. And it's showing day in and day out, week in and week out. You need to extend Marcus Jones. He played awesome. Shout out to Jonathan Zaslow, if you get that reference. 4 tackles, 5 tackles total, 5 total tackles, 3 pass breakups. Last week, he made that play against Keon Coleman on Sunday Night Football to break the pass up from Josh Allen, and it was a huge play in the ballgame. This week, he breaks one up on Chris Olave, which I personally thought it was a fumble. The Patriots said, hey, we're getting the ball back. We're not going to worry about it. Also, an amazing punt returner. There is nothing that he cannot do. And if we want to talk about Marcus Jones on defense, amazing corner, amazing slot cornerback. I'd argue he's more important than Christian Gonzalez at this point. I know Gonzo is an amazing and one of the, if not the best cornerback in football. But the ability for Marcus Jones to be all over the field at all times, because I'll be honest, I know Carlton Davis only is letting up 29 yards per game. You can't rely on him. He's getting hurt every single, just a little bang up. And Marcus Jones is the most athletic player on the team. You could also, we still haven't seen, I want to see him play offense at some point. He is so important to this team, and I don't want to lose him. I do not want to lose him. He's the only thing that's making the 2022 draft class look decent for the Patriots. He needs to be, you need to give him the contract extension today, tomorrow, whenever, as soon as possible. And the last one, can we talk about it? How bad, and I mean awful, that game was reffed. It is one of the worst ref games that I have ever seen in my history of watching football. And the Patriots, I know they were not disciplined again, which it's a problem with them. They're one of the most penalized team in the NFL, and you got to pick it up. 11 penalties for 65 yards. But the refs almost cost them the game. And they asked. Shout out to Doug Kyde because he was asking them. And I just want to pull up these pictures because I found them. I think it's kind of crazy. Ignore the blue, the spot on the right side. That was called an offensive pass interference on a 61-yard touchdown to Pop Douglas. Stephon Diggs right there. He's getting grabbed. They called OPI. And guess what? The ref watched the play happen and then walked 10 yards backwards towards another ref and then picked up the flag and threw it. The Patriots field goal unit was on the field when they did that play. And then we go to the next one. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. This is, you could see the defender. He jumps up in the air after to try to defend the pass. That was a third down after a illegal motion call, which was a bad call in itself. And that's going to be called pass interference. And they asked Stephon Diggs about the close pass interference call, which I think is a big bullshit call. And he said, I'm never going to say that's OPI because it's not OPI. It's not OPI. He said, I'm like barely touched. And he jumps up in the air to try to defend the ball. Perfect play, perfect ball by Drake Maye. Those are awful calls. And it's unbelievable that the refs get to just do, they don't get any discipline. It was one of the worst ref games I've ever freaking seen in my life. It was awful. Awful, awful, awful. And the refs need to be held accountable for that bullshit. Thank God the Patriots kept composure and won that football game, because if not, I would have went on a tirade. And shout out to the whole entire offense for staying composed after the 61-yard touchdown got called back, and they still ended up scoring a touchdown to Kayshon Boutte. It was egregious. And they were awful calls. You could see that. But 11's way too many. And that's just 3 I brought up. You still had 8 if you don't want to say. And soon enough, when you play a better team down the road like the Ravens, or when you play the Bills again, it's going to come back to bite you in the ass. Thankfully, next week, you kind of have a cakewalk. And this one's personal. This game is personal. I know Mike Vrabel, when he saw a schedule come out, he circled it 3 times. Because this game is personal to him, and I know he wants to win this probably more than any game this season. That's not a playoff game. Not a playoff game. And the Titans suck. So, to say the least. They got their first win on a miraculous game against the Cardinals. So, we'll see. We'll see. But we will be live for it. It'll be a fun day. And it's going to be, it is payback season for Mike Vrabel. Payback season. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. It's going to be a fun one. It's going to be a fun one. Make sure you hit that sub button so you don't miss out. And as always, let's go Pats.